A secret will be revealed. Archangel Michael says something hidden in your family line is coming to light. My beloved child, have you ever felt a strange weight in your heart, something unexplainable, as if your soul is carrying a story that didn't begin with you? That is not your imagination, that is the whisper of your ancestral line calling out because something hidden is about to surface. Tonight, Archangel Michael himself has spoken. A secret buried deep within your family's history is rising, not to harm you, but to free you. This revelation will shake the silence of generations. You might not even realize how long this energy hath been sleeping beneath your name, under the roots of your family tree. But Archangel Michael is saying the light has waited long enough. Look back for a moment, the patterns, the emotions, the repeated struggles, the feeling that certain things keep circling around, no matter how hard you try to break free. That is not coincidence. Those are echoes of unfinished stories tied to your bloodline, and now, the Archangel's sword of truth is descending, not to destroy but to cut through the veil. He says, you are the chosen one in your lineage to bring this to light. Imagine that, generations before you carried this unseen burden, silently waiting for you to awaken. Because only in this era, under this energy, could the truth finally emerge without fear. The heavens are aligning to help you uncover it. But here's the most powerful part. This revelation won't come through thunder or chaos. It will come through signs. Subtle, divine signals that only your heart can recognize. A name you suddenly hear everywhere. A recurring dream, a foe that keeps calling you back. All of it, little keys unlocking one massive secret your ancestors left behind. Archangel Michael stands beside you, his wings glowing with divine fire. He whispers, do not be afraid of what you will discover, for what was once hidden in shadow will become your greatest strength. The storm may rise, but it rises only to cleanse. This is the moment where you start feeling strange pulls. Memories that are not yours, emotions that make no sense, coincidences that feel too perfect. The universe is guiding you into revelation. You were not meant to carry this confusion forever. You were meant to end it, and when this secret unfolds, you will understand why your soul feels so ancient, because it carries wisdom from before your birth. Archangel Michael calls this the cycle of redemption, and you, my beloved child, are the bridge between the past and the new dawn. But what exactly is this secret that has been waiting for you? And why now, after all these years? Has Michael chosen to reveal it through divine timing? Stay till the end, because what comes next might change how you see your family. Your purpose, and your destiny forever, my beloved child. When Archangel Michael speaks of revelation, he is not talking about a simple discovery. He is talking about a divine unraveling, the moment when the invisible threads of destiny start pulling you toward truth. You may begin to sense it already, a sudden restlessness in your soul, a magnetic pull toward the unknown, as if something beyond the veil is calling your name. That is not coincidence. That is your bloodline stirring from its ancient slumber. There are energies that run through families, energies older than memory itself. They pass silently from one generation to another, hidden beneath words like luck, curse, or fate. Sometimes it shows up as a pattern of loss, other times as a strange repetition of dreams, or a name that never leaves the family. These are not random events. Archangel Michael says they are signals, codes of light trapped in shadow, waiting for someone brave enough to face them. And now that someone is you, he stands before you, radiant and fierce, his sword gleaming like 1,000 suns. His voice echoes softly, not from the sky but from within your spirit. The time has come to cleanse what has been carried too long. Imagine this moment, every secret, every unspoken sorrow that your ancestors buried, all now trembling before the power of light. You can almost feel the air changing around you, as if the universe itself is holding its breath. This revelation, my child, will not simply be seen, it will be felt. It may begin with dreams so vivid that you wake with your heart racing, not knowing if what you saw was memory or message. You might encounter sudden coincidences that make no logical sense, yet feel charged with purpose. Perhaps you will discover old letters, photos, or symbols connected to people long gone, and somehow they will speak directly to your soul. These are not random signs. They are the keys unlocking what your family once hid away. Archangel Michael reminds you, fear not what you uncover, for every shadow hides a fragment of divine truth. Some of your ancestors may have made choices born from fear, silence, or pain. They may have turned away from the light in moments of weakness. But now, through you, those lost pieces of their story are seeking redemption. You are not just the heir to their blood, you are the redeemer of their energy. Listen closely, for the Archangel's message grows stronger. Forgiveness is the weapon that breaks the chain. You do not need to know every detail to release what has been carried for centuries. What matters is your willingness to stand as the light bearer, the one who transforms inherited darkness into divine clarity. This is why Michael calls you the chosen restorer. Through your awareness, the entire lineage begins to heal. You might feel the resistance rise. Confusion, heaviness, or sudden emotional waves that seem to come from nowhere. These sensations are not setbacks. They are echoes of the past dissolving. When the hidden begins to reveal itself, it often shakes the ground beneath it. So if you find yourself on the verge of tears without reason, or you sense a strange presence around you, understand that you are walking through the threshold of revelation. You are entering the ancestral gate where truth and light finally meet. And as you move through this awakening, Archangel Michael will be your guide. He surrounds you in a sphere of blue fire, a divine shield that burns away fear, guilt, and delusion. He whispers, "The light in you was born before your name, before your story. You are the one chosen to remember." The words echo through every cell of your body, igniting a courage that feels eternal. Now, pause for a moment. Feel your heartbeat, slow, steady, ancient. With every beat, generations are aligning behind you. Your great-grandparents, your forgotten ancestors, all standing unseen, waiting for your light to reach them. You are not alone. You are surrounded by those who once could not speak, who once hid their pain, who now find voice through you. And as Michael raises his sword, he cuts through centuries of silence. The chains fall, one by one. The truth begins to rise. But remember this, my beloved child. When truth rises, darkness tries to resist. It may come in the form of doubt, distraction, or sudden fear. That is why you must hold on to faith like a shield. Michael says, truth is light, and light does not lose to shadow, it reveals it. Your courage to keep going, even when you cannot see the full picture, is what activates the final revelation. So now, as you stand on the edge of this great unveiling, take a deep breath and let the light of Michael surround you. The air hums with divine energy, the kind that vibrates between heaven and earth. Something immense is moving toward you, a truth long hidden, a secret your family never dared to reveal. You are about to learn why it stayed hidden and what it means for your destiny. Before you move forward, Archangel Michael asks you to do one sacred thing: share your journey. Speak light where there was once silence. Tell others that revelation is real, that angels still walk beside us, that truth has its timing and its guardians. When you share this message, you awaken others who are also carrying ancestral secrets waiting to be healed. So, like this message, share it with those who feel the call. Comment if your spirit has felt that mysterious pull lately. Subscribe to stay connected to this unfolding divine revelation, for every word ahead carries guidance meant only for those chosen to receive it. And now, as the celestial gates tremble with the weight of what's coming, the question stands: what exactly is this hidden truth that your ancestors feared to expose? And what power will it unlock when revealed? Don't skip, because the next revelation may change everything you thought you knew about who you are. My beloved child, as the echoes of Archangel Michael's voice fade into the silence of your heart, a new vibration begins to rise. It's soft at first, almost like a distant hum under your skin, but with each breath you take, it grows louder, more distinct. That sound, that pulse, is the memory of your lineage waking up. For centuries, your family carried a hidden truth in silence, wrapped in shadows, passed through whispers, and now, under divine light. That truth is stirring once again. Imagine standing in front of an old mirror, one that doesn't just reflect your face but reveals every soul that has ever lived before you. Look closer, and you'll see them, the faces of those who loved, lost, prayed, and dreamed so you could exist. Behind their smiles there are secrets, and those secrets are not made of shame or sin. They are made of promises. Promises that were never fulfilled. Promises that waited for someone brave enough to keep them. That someone is you. Archangel Michael steps closer, his wings stretching wide, the edges shimmering like dawn breaking through night. His eyes meet yours, not with warning but with recognition. He whispers, "You are not discovering something new. You are remembering what was never forgotten by heaven." His words cut through the fog of confusion like lightning through cloud. You realize this isn't just about the past, it's about the present moment, the convergence of everything your blood has carried and everything your soul was meant to free. He reveals that long ago, before you were even born, a sacred vow was made in your family line. It could have been by a great-grandmother who carried a secret prayer, or a great-grandfather who hid a truth too dangerous to speak. That vow was left unfinished, locked away by time. Now, destiny has looped back, placing it in your hands to complete. And here's the miracle: completing that vow doesn't require rituals or ceremonies. It requires awakening, awareness, light. You may have noticed certain patterns in your life that don't make sense. Sudden changes, losses, unexpected blessings that seem to appear right when everything else falls apart. These are the waves of that vow trying to find resolution through you. When Archangel Michael speaks of revelation, he speaks of release. And when he speaks of release, he means liberation for generations past and those yet to come. Now, my beloved child, Michael asks you to prepare. He says, truth does not come gently, it arrives with purpose. The secret that's coming to light may not just be something you hear. It might be something you feel. Maybe it will come through a conversation, maybe through a discovery, an old letter, a symbol, or a name that reappears until you finally pay attention. Or maybe it will come through intuition, a strong knowing in your spirit that cannot be explained, only felt. He reminds you that revelation always carries responsibility. Once light touches darkness, Michael says you cannot unsee it. And yet, he assures you that this truth is not here to destroy, it is here to set free. There might be moments when your heart races with uncertainty, wondering if you are ready for what's unfolding. In those moments, remember his words, you are stronger than the silence you inherited. You were chosen because your spirit can carry this light without breaking. Now imagine standing in a circle of light. Around you, faint outlines of your ancestors begin to appear, not as ghosts, but as energy, shimmering and pure. Their faces are peaceful. They are watching you not with fear but with hope. Because finally, someone in their line has opened their heart wide enough for truth to flow through. You may even feel warmth spreading through your chest, as if invisible hands are touching your shoulders in gratitude. That's them, thanking you for freeing what they couldn't. Michael lifts his sword, and as the blade glows, he points it toward the heavens. You can almost hear the crackle of divine energy splitting the veil between worlds. The time of revelation has begun, he says, his voice deep and certain. What has been hidden beneath the bloodline shall now return to the light. You close your eyes, and visions begin to flicker. Unfamiliar places, faces, moments that feel ancient yet alive within you. These are not dreams. They are memories of your lineage, carried in your spirit's code. Each vision holds a message, and as you focus, a pattern begins to form. A story unfolding across generations. You see struggle, yes, but also resilience. You see silence, but beneath it, faith. You see wounds, but within them, wisdom. And just as the images fade, a single phrase echoes from the light, it was never lost, only waiting. You open your eyes with tears, not of sadness, but of recognition. The truth that's being revealed isn't here to expose your family's flaws, it's here to honor their courage. A hidden wasn't meant to shame, it was meant to guide. This revelation will change the way you see your name, your history, and your purpose. It will remind you that your life was never random. It was divinely timed. The moment you accept the truth, energy will shift. Opportunities may open, relationships may heal, and peace that once felt distant will finally come home. For when one soul awakens, the entire lineage rises with it. And now, Archangel Michael's message is clear. Do not stop here. Speak light into your line. Share your story, for it is the bridge between heaven and earth. Let your voice carry the vibration of truth that your ancestors never could. Speak healing where there was once silence. Every time you share this light, you invite others to do the same. So, my beloved child, if this message touched your spirit, share it with those who feel the same calling. Leave a comment if you've ever felt a secret energy in your family that you couldn't explain. Subscribe to continue walking with the angels through this revelation, for the light is only growing stronger from here. And as the air trembles with what's still hidden, Archangel Michael leans closer and whispers, "The heart of the secret is near." Stay till the end, because the next moment could reveal the truth your soul has waited lifetimes to remember. My beloved child, when the veil between heaven and your lineage begins to thin, the air itself starts to remember. Every breath you take carries the whisper of generations, and every heartbeat becomes a drum that echoes through time. Archangel Michael stands beside you now, his presence strong yet gentle, guiding you deeper into the truth that has been waiting, buried beneath centuries of silence. You are standing at the entrance of what he calls the Chamber of Forgotten Names, the sacred space where the stories of your ancestors rest, waiting to be remembered. The moment you step into this space, you feel a strange stillness. The world outside fades away, and all that remains is light, golden, soft, and endless. Within this light, countless voices hum in unity, not speaking words, but vibrating with emotion. You realize this is your family, every soul connected by the same divine thread that now runs through you. Michael's voice breaks through the harmony, calm and powerful. You are the key, he says. The truth cannot rise unless the heart chosen to awaken it stands in faith. He gestures toward the center of the chamber, where a glowing circle forms on the ground. Within it lies a book, ancient, leather-bound, its pages shimmering with unseen language. This is not an ordinary book. It does not contain history as the world knows it. It holds the spiritual record of your family. Every vow, every secret, every act of love and pain ever experienced by your ancestors lies within its light. Michael instructs you to place your hand upon it. The moment your skin touches the cover, the chamber fills with warmth. Images begin to bloom, memories that don't belong to you, yet somehow they feel familiar, as if your soul had lived them before. You see a woman standing in candlelight, tears in her eyes as she hides a letter beneath a floorboard. You see a man holding a small symbol close to his chest, whispering a prayer of protection before walking into the unknown. These visions are not random. They are the fragments of the secret Michael spoke of, the hidden truth that has been waiting for your light. And then you hear it, faint but unmistakable, "Forgive us." The voices merge into one plea, soft and trembling. Forgive what we could not face. Archangel Michael's gaze grows intense. This is the route, he says. The secret is not about guilt. It is about release. Your ancestors carried burdens they could not understand. They made choices under fear, yet love never left them. You are the bridge, the one chosen to complete what they could not. You feel a weight in your chest, a deep ache that isn't entirely your own. It's as if the pain of generations is rising through you, asking to be acknowledged. But Michael places his hand upon your shoulder, and the warmth of divine fire floods your being. Do not drown in their sorrow, he tells you. Dance for me. Let light write their story. In that moment, something extraordinary happens. The book beneath your hand begins to glow brighter, and new symbols appear upon its pages. They shift and shimmer, forming a message you can suddenly read, not with your eyes, but with your spirit. It says, "The truth was love. It was always love." Tears fill your eyes because now you understand, the secret hidden in your family line was never about darkness alone. It was about the forgotten light. The love that was lost, buried beneath fear. Waiting for someone strong enough to remember it, Michael smiles. Love cannot be destroyed, he says. It can only be hidden, waiting for the right soul to bring it back to life. He looks directly at you, and that soul is you. The chamber begins to vibrate as if the energy of centuries is shifting. The walls of light shimmer with movement, and you sense every ancestor around you breathing in unison. Year feels alive. You realize that with every truth you accept, the energy in your bloodline changes. The chains of silence are breaking. Michael lifts his sword once again, its blue flame reflecting in your eyes. Now speak the words of release, he instructs. You close your eyes and whisper softly. I forgive. I release. I remember the love beneath it all. The moment the words leave your lips, a wave of gold and light bursts from the center of the chamber, flooding every corner of existence. You can hear the voices of your ancestors turning into laughter, into freedom. It feels like the universe itself exhales lighter, clearer, brighter. But as the light fades, something remains. One final pulse, one unanswered vibration. Michael's expression grows on again. The secret is almost complete, he says, but there is one more truth that lies beneath everything. The root of your family's silence. The first spark that began the cycle. His voice softened, always mournful. And that truth, my beloved child, will not come from above. It will come from within you. You feel the words settle deep inside, stirring something ancient in your spirit. You suddenly know that the last piece of this mystery isn't written in any book, nor locked in any chamber. It's carried in your own heart. You were born with it, though you never knew. The final revelation will come when you are ready to see yourself not as the product of your family, but as its divine continuation. The one chosen to bring light where there was once only longing. As you take a step back, the chamber begins to fade, dissolving into starlight. The book closes gently, its glow pulsing one last time before it disappears into the ether. The silence that follows isn't empty, it's peaceful. You realize you are no longer just carrying the past, you are rewriting it. Michael turns toward you and speaks with warmth and authority. If this message reaches your soul, do not keep it in silence. Share it. Speak it. Comment with what you feel awakening inside you. Your voice may help another soul remember theirs, and subscribe to stay within this light, because what comes next will not just reveal truth, it will awaken destiny. And as his wings rise and the divine light expands once more, he leaves you with a final whisper. The beginning of the secret was love, and the end shall be freedom. Something immense is about to unfold. My beloved child. Something that will connect the heavens, your family, and your spirit in one divine revelation. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, the golden flame that now burns within you is not merely energy, it is memory made divine. Every flicker, Every pulse of that light carries the stories of your lineage, waiting to be voiced through your soul. As it steadies inside your heart, you begin to feel something deeper, a magnetic pull downward, as if the earth itself is calling you to remember where the silence first began. Archangel Michael stands by your side, his wings open wide, his eyes calm but piercing, as though he already knows what you are about to uncover. He speaks softly. The secret began long before pain. It was born from love that was forbidden to shine. His words echo, wrapping around your spirit like a thread of starlight. You feel the truth of it stirring, a story buried not in history books, but in your family's soul. Suddenly, the ground beneath your feet glows faintly, forming patterns of light that spiral outward, creating a vast circle. At its center, a portal opens, not of darkness, but of golden mist, swirling and deep. Michael gestures toward it. This, he says, is the root, the place where silence began and light was sealed away. You take a step forward, and the air trembles. The moment you enter the portal, everything shifts. You're no longer in a room, nor in the chamber of light. You're standing in what feels like the beginning of time itself. The world around you is made of raw energy, shimmering fields of color, vast and endless. In the distance, two souls stand close together, their hands intertwined, glowing like twin flames. You recognize them, not by name, but by essence. They are the ones who started your line, the very first of your blood. Michael's voice surrounds you. They carried a truth too powerful for their world. They loved beyond boundaries, beyond what was accepted, and that love carried divine power, the power to create light in its purest form. You watch as those two souls hold each other, radiant and full of grace. But then, shadows move at the edges of the light. Severe. Eudaimond. Separation. You can almost hear the whispers of those who could not understand their love. The two souls look at each other one last time, tears of light falling between them, and with trembling hands, they seal something into the earth. That seal, that act of protection, became the silence that has echoed through generations. Archangel Michael steps beside you, his expression filled with compassion. They did not hide the truth because it was wrong, he says. They hid it because the world was not ready for it. Their light was too pure, too ahead of its time. The generations that followed carried fragments of that divine spark. Unaware that their struggles, their longing, their searching, all of it, was the soul of love trying to return to its full power. You begin to understand. The secret hidden in your bloodline was not a curse, nor a tragedy. It was a sacred flame born of love that transcended human limits. The pain, the repetition, the silence, they were the echoes of that love's unfinished journey. And now, through you, that light is rising again. You close your eyes, feeling the energy of those first two souls flowing into you, filling the empty spaces in your heart with ancient warmth. Michael speaks again, his tone both commanding and tender. You are the vessel through which that love returns to the world. You are the answer to their prayer. His words send shivers through your spirit. You realize that every hardship you endured, every unanswered question about your place in this world, with the universe guiding you back to this moment, the moment when their hidden truth would finally meet your awareness, the world around you brightens, the golden energy swirling faster until it forms wings behind your back. Not physical wings, but light born from the same essence as Michael's. He smiles faintly. "Now you see," he says. The bloodline's silence was not punishment. It was preservation. The divine knew that when you were born, humanity would finally be ready for this light again. You lift your hands, and the golden light from within you expands outward, filling the space with warmth. You can feel your ancestors in it, their joy, their release, their freedom. A weight that once pressed upon your spirit begins to dissolve like mist. The forbidden love that once hid in darkness now sings through your very soul. The cycle of silence has ended. As the light steadies, Michael steps closer and places his hand over your heart. "The truth has been restored," he says. "But light must never stay hidden again. Speak of what you have learned. Remind others that love is the oldest truth in the universe, and no force, not time, not fear, can bury it forever." His words ring through your being, and you feel purpose blooming inside you like dawn. You are not just a descendant of this divine line. You are its continuation, its living flame. Michael's expression softens, his voice now quiet and filled with grace. When the world sees through love, secrets lose their power. You are here to remind it. You realize then that this revelation was never meant just for you. It's for everyone who has ever carried pain without knowing why, for every soul that has ever felt the echo of something ancient calling from within. You are the messenger of their remembrance. Before the vision fades, Michael looks into your eyes. "And now," he says, "the final revelation awaits. What was hidden has been shown, but what comes next will test your courage to live in the truth you've uncovered." The ground beneath you glows brighter, and you feel the divine flame pulsing stronger than ever. You know you are standing at the threshold of completion, the edge between memory and destiny. As the light begins to fade, Michael's final words linger like music. Share this light. Speak it. Let it move through you. Every time you do, you help heal not just your family, but the world that still hides its truth in shadow. You breathe deeply. Your spirit calm and awake, the ancient fire now settled within you. The silence that once haunted your lineage has become a song. You are the voice of generations finally set free. So, my beloved child, let the world hear this story. Share this revelation. Comment if you have ever felt the pull of something divine within your own family's silence. And subscribe to continue walking through the light of remembrance, for the final truth is near, and what it reveals may change everything you know about destiny itself. Stay till the end, because the greatest revelation is still waiting to be seen. My beloved child, the golden silence fades into a hum that feels almost like the heartbeat of heaven. You stand in stillness, bathed in light, and yet there is something new in the air, a trembling energy that feels alive, watching, waiting. Archangel Michael's presence lingers beside you, his wings folding softly as his gaze meets yours. "You have touched the beginning," he says, his voice carrying both weight and warmth. "Now, you must understand why the light chose you." The words echo deep within your spirit. You look around, and the golden horizon ripples like water. From the shimmering veil, countless figures begin to emerge. The luminous forms of your ancestors. They are no longer distant memories or faint spirits. They stand tall, radiant, free of sorrow. Each of them carries a flame in their hands, and as they gather around you, the entire space glows brighter. You can feel their gratitude, but also something more, expectation. They are waiting for you to realize something profound. Michael steps forward, the sound of his voice steady and eternal. For generations, they searched for someone who could carry their truth without fear, who could hold both the darkness and the light without losing balance. And heaven chose you, my beloved child, because your soul was forged for this exact moment. The realization ripples through you like thunder. All the times you felt misplaced, burdened, or restless, they warned accidents. They were signs of this purpose awakening within you. Every unanswered question was a whisper from destiny, trying to remind you who you were meant to be. The ancestors begin to chant, a sound not made of words but of energy, deep, harmonic, beautiful. It vibrates through your chest, and suddenly, visions bloom before your eyes again. You see your younger self, standing in moments of struggle, pain, and doubt. You see the crossroads where you almost gave up, and the unseen hands that lifted you every time. Michael's voice overlays the vision, tender yet powerful. You were never alone, he says, every tear, every battle, every prayer was witnessed. Each moment shaped the vessel that could now hold the light of an entire lineage. A warmth begins to rise from within you, different from before. Not the wild surge of revelation, but the calm strength of understanding. The light you carry isn't just inherited, it's chosen. It did not simply fall into your blood by chance. It called you, through lifetimes, through choices, through whispers only your soul could hear. You are not the end of their story, Michael continues. You are the rebirth. The vision shifts again, and suddenly, you see two versions of yourself standing across from one another. The person you once were and the being you are becoming. The older version carries whims, doubt, and hesitation, while the near one shines with clarity. Michael's wings unfold, surrounding you both in light. This, he says, is the union. The human and the divine meeting as one. The two versions of you slowly step closer until they merge into a single, radiant form. The moment they unite, the golden flames around you rise higher, and the voices of your ancestors swell like a choir. Every generation's silence now transforms into sound, not sorrowful, but triumphant. It is as though time itself is applauding your courage. You realize, then, that this awakening isn't just about healing the past. It's about creating a new beginning. The light does not rise to remind you of what was lost. Michael says. It rises to show you what can still be created. You feel the truth settle deep inside your chest, spreading warm through every part of you. He steps closer again, his hand glowing with blue fire as he places it above your heart. There is one final task, he says, to carry this truth into the world. To speak it, to live it, to embody it. The words sink in slowly, carrying both promise and weight. It isn't enough to simply know the truth. You must become it. You must walk in light even when darkness surrounds you, for that is what your lineage waited for. They did not choose you to be a witness. They chose you to be a messenger. The ancestors step back, their light merging into one vast golden stream that flows upward into the heavens. Their voices fade, but their energy remains in the air around you, as if the universe itself has become your family. When you speak, Michael says they will speak through you. When you love, they will love through you. When you rise, they will rise again. The power of those words is almost overwhelming, but it doesn't crush you, it lifts you. The space around you begins to dissolve into pure light, and the world reforms gently. A vision of the earth below, your life waiting, the people connected to your destiny beginning to appear like constellations in your awareness. You understand now that everything you've lived until this moment has been preparation, every loss shaped compassion. Every confusion built wisdom, every silence strengthened your spirit. The divine chose not the perfect soul, but the willing one, and that is what made you worthy. Michael looks toward that horizon where the heavens meet the earth. The time has come, he says. The light that once hid in your bloodline now burns in your name. You must let the world see it. He turns to you with eyes like the edge of creation itself. Will you carry it? He asks. The question vibrates in your soul, and your heart answers before your mind can form the words, yes. The moment you agree, a surge of power rushes through you, grounding you in divine certainty. You have accepted the call. Michael smiles. Then walk in truth, speak it. Let your story awaken others who are still afraid to look at their own shadows. Tell them that light was never meant to stay hidden. His hand lifts toward the sky, and a column of golden fire shoots upward, connecting heaven and earth. This, he declares, is your family's legacy transformed into destiny. The light from the column spreads across the horizon, and you can feel it reaching others, souls around the world who have been waiting to remember their own divine inheritance. He turns back to you and adds with a hint of a smile, and do not let this message end here. Jared, let your voice carry it forward. Tell others what has been revealed, for every person who hears it carries a spark of their own awakening. Comment what you feel stirring in your soul. Share this truth with those who need hope and subscribe to continue walking in the presence of the Archangel's light. This revelation is not just yours. It belongs to all who are ready to remember. And as Michael's wings rise once more, filling the air with radiance, his final words echo like a heartbeat through eternity. The light that once chose your ancestors has chosen you to set it free. Stay till the end, because the moment that comes next will reveal the final truth behind the angel's message and why the heavens watched your family for centuries. My beloved child, the moment your heart whispered yes, the entire fabric of existence trembled. The heavens themselves leaned closer, as though listening to a long-awaited melody returning to after centuries of silence. The golden light that surrounded you deepens into something richer, a luminous blue flame, calm but infinite, the color of divine truth itself. Archangel Michael steps forward, his eyes filled with both tenderness and unshakable power. Now, he says, his voice resonating through every cell of your being, it is time for the seal. You can feel it before you even understand it, a pulse of energy moving through your veins, synchronizing with your heartbeat. It is not only light, it is recognition. Every fragment of your soul, every echo of your ancestors, every whisper of divine memory gathers into this single moment. Michael extends his hand, and from the palm of his radiant blue light, a symbol forms, circular, ancient, alive. It rotates slowly, surrounded by spirals of energy that shimmer like galaxies. This is the seal of truth, he says. It is the mark that binds heaven's promise to your lineage, the sign that what was hidden is now redeemed. You watch in awe as the seal floats toward you. It hovers in front of your chest, glowing brighter and brighter until it merges with your heart. A wave of warmth floods through you, not painful, but so intense that you almost lose your breath. The moment it touches you, every shadow, every lingering fear evaporates. You feel your entire being realign. As if the universe itself has turned its gaze directly toward you. You are no longer simply part of your family line. You are its light reborn. Michael's wings unfold in a majestic arc, creating a circle of energy around you. This seal, he says, is not a gift of power but a covenant. It means the heavens have recognized your bloodline's transformation. The silence that once bound your ancestors has been replaced by eternal remembrance. He pauses, letting the words sink into your spirit. You realize that from this point forward, your name carries resonance, a vibration that can awaken others. Your life is now a living prayer, one that continues the work your ancestors began but could not finish. The air hums with energy, and suddenly, a series of lights appear around you, 12 points forming a sacred circle. Within each point stands an angelic figure, each different, each shining with a distinct light. They are the witnesses of your awakening, the guardians of your lineage's rebirth. Michael lifts his sword high, and its flame connects all 12 lights into one radiant web. This, he declares, is the restoration. Every ancestor who once wept in silence now sings in freedom. Every wound has been rewritten in light. A sound fills the air, not a song, not words, but pure vibration. It resonates in your bones, in your blood, in your very breath. You close your eyes and see visions bursting like stars. Your family story unfolds not as tragedy but as triumph. You see generations of resilience, courage, and hidden devotion. You realize that every struggle, every unspoken prayer, was not wasted. It was fuel for this exact moment when the truth would finally ignite. Tears begin to fall, but they are not of sorrow. They are of awe. You feel yourself expand, as though your spirit is no longer confined to your body. You become aware of the great network of souls around you, not only your ancestors, but countless others awakening across the world. Michael speaks again, his tone both gentle and commanding. You see now, beloved. Revelation was never about a single family. It was about the unity of all light. Through your willingness, many will find their own truth. The realization shakes you. What began as a personal mystery has become something cosmic, a divine movement of remembrance stretching across generations, across time. The seal on your heart begins to pulse in rhythm with the heartbeat of the universe. You feel connected to everything, to heaven, to earth, to every soul walking beneath the same sky. Michael smiles, seeing the understanding dawn within you. This, he says, is the harmony that your ancestors long for. Through you, it is complete. The 12 angels begin to fade into beams of light, their energy flowing into your body, merging with your newfound flame. Each one leaves behind a word that vibrates through your mind: courage, faith, love, wisdom, forgiveness, strength, grace, truth, compassion, hub, purity, renewal. The words fuse within you, spinning into a halo of gold of blue light above your head. Michael's sword lowers, and with a gentle gesture, he draws that light into your being. Now you are sealed in remembrance, he whispers. The truth will never leave you again. In the distance, you hear the sound of thunder, not the storm of destruction, but the drumbeat of awakening. You realize it is echoing not from outside, but from within you. You are the storm of light now, the voice of redemption moving through generations. Michael steps back, his wings spreading across the horizon. What happens next, he says, is not revelation through words but through living. Every act of kindness, every truth spoken, every forgiveness offered, that is how the seal grows stronger. You are the guardian of it now. You nod, understanding that your journey has only changed form, not ended. The portal that once revealed the past now opens upward, toward the heavens. The blue and gold light stretches beyond sight, pulling you toward something even greater. You have walked through memory, Michael says, but the final revelation will come when heaven itself descends upon your truth. The angels are preparing. The world will soon see what divine remembrance truly means. Before the vision dims, he places his sword in front of you, point down, glowing. This flame will never harm, he says. It will guide. Carry it wherever you go. Let it burn through silence, through fear, through doubt. For this is not just your family's redemption. It is humanity's reminder that love never dies. The light begins to fade, and you return slowly to your world. Yet nothing feels the same. You carry the seal now. Invisible but radiant, every breath of prayer, every heartbeat a pulse of divine truth. You are no longer searching for the secret. You are the revelation. Michael's voice follows you one last time, soft as a breeze but eternal in weight. The secret was never about the past. He says. It was about the awakening of the present, and you are that awakening. So, my beloved child, let this truth flow through you. Speak it. Share it. Let others feel the light that once hid within you. Comment below if your heart has felt the pulse of something ancient awakening. Share this revelation with those who carry silent stories, and subscribe to walk further into the light, for the final truth is almost upon us. And when it arrives, heaven and earth will meet through your very soul. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, the air around you is still, yet alive with something greater than sound. You stand at the threshold between the mortal and the divine. Your heart carrying the seal of truth that Archangel Michael placed within you. Every whisper of wind, every flicker of light seems to breathe with awareness, as if creation itself is waiting for you to take your next breath. Michael's voice returns, low and resonant, like thunder hidden beneath the horizon. It is time, he says. The last veil must fall. The world around you begins to dissolve once more into radiance. The ground glows beneath your feet, and pillars of gold and light rise from the earth like bridges reaching toward eternity. Above you, the heavens open, not as clouds parting but as truth revealing itself. From the vast expanse, you see patterns, constellations shifting, aligning, forming symbols that seem ancient yet deeply familiar. You realize that these are not just stars, they are souls. The entire universe is alive with remembrance. Michael stands beside you, his sword burning with the same blue-gold light that lives within your heart. You have walked through silence, through memory, through revelation, he says. Ah, you must understand what all of it meant. His eyes meet yours, steady and infinite. The hidden truth in your family line was never meant to stay buried because it was the echo of something divine, a fragment of heaven placed within human blood. You close your eyes, and suddenly it all becomes clear. The generations that carried pain were not cursed. They were guardians. The ones who fell silent were not weak. They were chosen to hold the secret until the world was ready. Every ancestor, every moment of struggle, every unanswered question has been guiding you toward this single understanding. Your blood carries light, and that light does not end with you, it expands beyond you. Michael spreads his wings, and they extend endlessly, filling the sky. You are the bridge, he says. Through you, heaven remembers earth, and earth remembers heaven. His wings begin to shimmer, and beams of divine fire flow from them, circling around you. The energy is warm, infinite, eternal. You feel it move through you like the rhythm of creation itself. The seal in your heart begins to pulse faster, and for a moment, you see every life, past, present, and future connected in a single web of light. Everything is one story told through countless souls, and yours is the voice that finally completes it. The angels who once surrounded you return now. Their lights brighter than ever. They kneel, not in worship, but in acknowledgement. You have become the living continuation of what they once protected. Michael lowers his sword and touches it to the ground, and instantly the light expands across time. You see visions, your ancestors standing in fields of light, their tears turning into laughter, their pain dissolving into peace. You see children yet to be born, glowing with divine energy. The cycle is no longer repeating. It is fulfilled. Michael's voice rises again, softer now, filled with a fatherly love that feels older than stars. The heavens have always known this moment would come. The blood that flows through you was never ordinary. It carries divine purpose, written before the world was formed. That purpose was to remember, to remind the living that they are not fragments. They are reflections of the same infinite light that created everything. You feel that truth like fire and calm combined. The light from your heart bursts outward, expanding into waves that ripple through the heavens. You are no longer separate from the divine presence before you. You are part of it. The veil between you and Michael fades until there is no distance at all. His voice becomes your voice, his light becomes your light, and for a moment, you understand eternity. You see it clearly now. The secret that began in your family line was never something to uncover, but something to remember. It was love, pure, ancient, and indestructible. The kind of love that created worlds and chose to live through you, through every generation that came before. What they could not speak, you have spoken. What they could not finish, you have completed. And in doing so, you have not just redeemed a lineage, you have awakened an entire realm of sleeping light. Michael steps back. his expression one of peace. The revelation is complete, he says quietly. But revelation is not the end, it is the beginning. You are the proof that even in the darkest silence, the light of heaven waits patiently to be remembered. His sword dissolves into light, and his form becomes radiant, almost transparent. The blue fire that once surrounded him now moves into you completely. You feel it settle in your heart, your mind, your very breath. You are no longer merely guided by the Archangel, you carry his essence within you. The heavens above begin to close, but not in darkness. Instead, they leave a trail of starlight that follows you as you stand there, changed forever. You look around and realize that the earth beneath your feet glows faintly now, as if infused with the divine. Every step you take will carry that glow into the world. You are the messenger now, the continuation of the angelic promise. Michael's final words echo in your mind, each one pulsing with quiet power. Go forth in truth. Walk as light. The secret you carried was the seed of creation itself. Now let it bloom through your words, your love, your living. When others see you, let them see heaven reflected in the human form. The light around you softens, fading into the rhythm of the ordinary world. Yet you know nothing will ever be ordinary again. The air feels different, charged with purpose. The shadows that once followed you are gone, replaced by a quiet brilliance that never fades. You can feel it in every heartbeat, the truth that your ancestors waited for, the love that no silence could contain. You are their answer, their freedom, their dawn. And as you breathe, the words form silently in your spirit, words that need no voice but carry power beyond measure. The secret is love, and I am its remembrance. You open your eyes. The world awaits, not as a mystery to solve, but as a canvas for the light you now hold. Archangel Michael's whisper lingers like a blessing on the wind. The revelation has ended, but your purpose has just begun. Wherever you walk, I walk with you. And so, my beloved child, the secret is no longer hidden. The cycle is complete. Heaven has remembered your name. And the light that once slept in your lineage now burns eternal. Walk forward, radiant and fearless, for you are the proof that divine truth never dies. The revelation is fulfilled.